So here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, live from Dxtalks, Power with Cryptotalks every Wednesday, same time, same everything. We're really glad to be this week, presenting what's happening in the latest market between the bull run and the bear market, and what's happening, especially in the price of Bitcoin and how things are, folding. So here we go. This is a nice gift by my fellow Art DAO festival that was happening last week. It was a crazy one. Actually, time has passed 10 days ago. So it was an amazing fest of art, NFTs, digital art, digital markets, digital means. So that was kind of something we are all looking for. There was a lot of innovations. One of our good friends and buddies called Antics, where they displayed their first metaverse gaming AI robot or a live moderation. So that was kind of a new thing that we have seen in the space of how AI is advancing through different means and different ways of. So without further ado, let's do our usual setup and our usual talk. Let me share my screen quickly, and with that, we will directly go into our talks. And as usual, we usually start with none other than the fraud that's happening. So always be careful not to fall a victim on the fraud or in terms of what's happening in the world, because it's really becoming super fast. The fraud here is something that we cannot really manage anymore in that perspective, where we are living in a world of technology, and we are living in a world where super fast transactions is happening. So make sure to be able to safeguard your email, your WhatsApp, your Telegram, enable multi-factor authentication, and most importantly, try to not to press on any links that you receive. So this is super important in the way things works and how we're supposed to behave, because it is really, really, really super important. So you don't lose your wallet, and make sure if you have any investments that are offline, not on any exchange, because today we're living in a very, very hard reality of not just fraud, but possibly an exchange failing or some. So make sure that you hold your keys, and most importantly, you are the owner. So not your keys and not your wallet. So events that are coming up, we have iFintech, what's happening in May in Istanbul. We have Dubai FinTech Summit, which is one of the most important second summit in FinTech world, and of course, blockchain and other new means. I totally advise you to be there. Last year, it was the inauguration event, and it was something super amazing, but none other by DIFC itself. And of course, our colleagues at Trescon. A big shout out to Trescon. So now we move to precision medicine and advanced medicine that's happening. Women Leaders Summit that is happening. CXO Tech Wiki Expo that is happening also in Hong Kong, May 17. Crypto Expo. So you will see me there. On the 20th, I'll be giving a keynote speech on Crypto Expo. I have another talk actually in the same time or before one day. So Smart Sports and Logistics Transformation, New World Games Summit, and second edition of the Emerging Tech Summit that is happening worldwide. So meanwhile, as usual, this is one of our main partners. here we go. Let's start with our amazing lineup. Don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, support us as much as you can on our channels, which is LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, our first topic starts with this interesting news. So let me kind of share it so that you know what we are talking about. Bitcoin is the undisputed king of cryptocurrencies, and then it has sent a lot of shockwaves through the market by dropping, especially now as we speak. It is now touching 59,000 under the 60,000 mark. So this is really super, not surprising, but super critical for us to understand what's really happening in the space. Our analysis or analysts are really concerned about this price plunge potentially triggering a deeper pullback. So we're seeing it from an all-time high. I think this is a retractable amount that it's going to be continuing to retract. That's also, I believe in a deeper pullback, if I want to call it, because this is how the market is. I personally believe that by the end of the year that we will be having another up. Hi Lama just sent me a nice photo. We will be having another uptrend by the end of the year. But meanwhile, from now to the end of the year, we're gonna try to find out what's happening. So what's causing that downturn? There are several factors that comes to play. One is the culprit that could be the recent launch of the Bitcoin spot ETFs in Hong Kong, which I saw it yesterday, which might be failing to meet expectation, but we saw the hype in the exchange and the security exchange of Hong Kong, how they were super, looking forward for it. But let's see what will happen. And it's supposed to be the gateway for traditional investors. And we've seen what happened with BlackRock ETFs also being listed. So let's wait and see. But it might not be the best not investment launching or dampening overall sentiments of investors. Something we have to see, which is looming soon. Another factor could be the Federal Reserve's meeting that is happening in the US, which economic data suggests that the Fed might adopt a more hawkish stance on the interest rates. So we know when interest rates play, this affects directly the crypto scene and the Bitcoin in specific, which could potentially strengthen the US dollars, making Bitcoin and other riskier assets less attractive. So those two are kind of this week's event. So Bitcoin has not been dropping only this week. It has been dropping since late February or mid-March and going forward to us today. Now we'll jump into our second topic, which is somewhere, a little bit. Solana meme coins are hitting 328 trillion market cap using a scam method. So what is really happening there? The whole market is not in the trillions, but let's see what's happening. It's really interesting to understand it. So there's a shift in gear to a story that exposes the wild side of crypto, especially the meme coins, where a meme coin built on Solana blockchain somewhat achieve a market cap of staggering 328. That's something we have never heard of. But wait, don't change. Yeah, you heard it right. And hold on a minute, let me explain what happened, because this is an astronomical figure too good to be true. Yeah. I don't think it's real. It seemed impossible to feature such a high amount, which is a scam. I'm sure it's a scam method. So be careful. Those was one of the new scam methods that we are seeing. Now, how did this work? Why all the details are still emerging now as we see them. It appears that the creator might have manipulated the coin tokenomics that they actually work on, essentially inflating the supply to achieve this ridiculous high market cap. So the whole market cap is barely 1 point something as we speak. So how can it be 328? So of course we have to see how this incident highlights the potential risks associated with these meme coins, not just meme coins or any coins. They often lack real-world applications and can be susceptible to manipulation by bad actors, and this is one of them. So be careful if you're investing into these meme coins that you don't also lose your investments or that big promise of how things works. Meanwhile, so let us jump to the third news. There's no sign of Bitcoin. There's no sign of Bitcoin. Hold on with me. Yeah, sorry for that. There's no sign of Bitcoin miners capitulating despite plumbing revenue. They will not capitulate. They will not, stop what they are doing. That's not how it goes. So let's see more. Bitcoin miners are there to not on a trend. We've seen the halving. Some of the analysts were expecting that after the halving, many Bitcoin miners will deflate. So Bitcoin price is really wobbling, and then there's a surprising source of resilience in what we've seen, especially after also the halving, not just the price drop, also the halving. So Bitcoin miners are individuals who are dedicated immense compute to provide this immense computing power to verify Bitcoin transactions and earn rewards in form of new Bitcoins, even though that the price has been halved, even though the price has been lowered. We're seeing more than $13,000-$14,000 lower. They are still there. Here's the interesting part. Even though the revenue has significantly decreased, but we've seen them also on the 16,000. So they've been there. They've been accumulating, but there's no signs of miners giving up. They continue to power the Bitcoin because this is very important to talk about. I myself was, somehow skeptical about how will the miners be after the Bitcoin halving, and especially if you put another instance, which is the pricing are lower. So today it is still somehow, I won't say losing game, because 60 is a big number, 60,000 is a big number, but once it goes to 30, 20 and below 20, I think this is where it's going to be kind of a big of a hassle, and then this is when we see actually the stress on the network. So they suggest a strong conviction that among miners, the Bitcoin price will eventually rebound, and that's what's most importantly, and this is what the market has taught us. Their hard work will be rewarded on the longer run. So now we've been, since end of 2021, we had the bull run, and then it's faded, and then now again. So we've seen all-time high. Some of the analysts say 100,000 or $1 million Bitcoin price. But let's see how this is. But overall, if you safeguarded your crypto or your BTC, you are a winner. With that, we'll move to our third news or fourth news, where the FBI warns against crypto money transmitters appears to be aimed at mixers. And if you don't know what's a mixer, it's a mixer. The mixers are exchanges or providers of crypto where they were able to enter certain money and then mix it up, try to hide who is the original owner and where is it actually going. So it's kind of black money washers trying to fix it in as one of the system, and this one is crypto. So this is where the FBI has been working. The world of crypto transactions can really be anonymous to a certain point, not fully anonymous, but could be anonymous. And to enhance more privacy, some users rely on mixers. And these services essentially take your cryptocurrency, jumble it up with other users' funds, and then send it out in a different address, making it difficult to trace. Now, if there's a lot of theory that many mixers have failed because the U.S. FBI and other agencies that were able to track those mixers, not just track the transactions to a point where who has done it. So now the SBI has issued a warning against crypto money transmitter. While the exact detail is still unclear, as we know, experts believe that this warning might be specifically targeting crypto mixers in specific. And this could be a significant development as it suggests regulatory bodies are now taking closer look at this tool, not just this tool, many tools that enhances anonymity in cryptocurrencies transactions. We'll be watching the space thoroughly to see, or actually closely to see, how will this unfolds and what implications it might have for cryptocurrencies. So before we continue to our next and I think the final news, don't forget to subscribe and like and share. And most importantly, if you would like to trade or do anything, do it safely. We're more than here, happy to help in this space. So we'll move to our last news, which is man of the hour. How CZ good guy reputation secured 4-month prison sentence. In my belief, there shouldn't have been a prison sentence in the beginning. That's my personal belief, not because of anything, not because of but because there was no regulations in that space. And you're creating new turfs, you're creating new ways of doing business, and you're creating new systems where there was no regulation, and now they come and penalize you based on that. If we look at traditional banking or traditional VCs or whatever, look at SVB Bank, where it disappeared but nobody went to jail. Look at Swiss Bank, they had big losses of money but nobody has failed. We don't know, for example, in the Swiss banks, even though with all of the AML that is happening, you cannot guarantee what money and whose money. And we've seen it with the Lebanese examples. There's a lot of PEP people that they had money. They are on many lists, but yet they still be able to execute transfers and transactions in Switzerland. So we cannot seriously say that the banking is fully guaranteed transactions. There's always, you can subcontract somebody or sub-loose or your family members and so on and do wash that money one way or another. And similarly, this is happening in crypto. But CZ has been super collaborative. He provided all of the data in the US entity, and he traveled to the US and he didn't run from the US. And all of this was done in a way that guarantees the continuity of Binance. And he stepped down as ordered. So he's been a good guy in terms that we are kind of, we see every time. But that guaranteed him to some sort that 4 months of jail. So I would say he will spend 2 to 3 months maximum because of good behavior and no issues done inside prison. And then we will see him back in June from today, or no, sorry, from August. So I'm sure he'll be free by September, and then we'll see him in Dubai live with the October month that is happening in Dubai. So I'll be looking forward, hopefully this time, to meet him, because last week we've been in a Binance Clubhouse also. That was kind of an interesting event, and thank you for the invitation. That was one of the good or cool clubs during Token 4029 or events, side events, I would say, part of this week. So yeah, this is CZ trying to break even and then try to be in this space. I'm sure he'll be somehow treated, and this is again non-biased opinion. With that, would like to thank all of you that you are here. If you have any question, we are more than ready to take it. Let me So that's it for the news today. If you have a question, please pop it up in the question chat and we will take it. So don't forget, subscribe and like, and most importantly, join us today. We're also, I think, live on Instagram. So I'm not too sure if we're still live or not. I cannot confirm. I do see it that we are live. Hello to Instagram. Uh, Let me see. I don't know. It does not show from my side, but it shows we're still broadcasting with live. So hello, Instagram. This is very important. We're trying to spread as much as we can to all of the channels. Don't forget to share that also. If you have any questions, let me check. Here we go. John, so does mixers use IP? And indeed, mixers do use IPs. At the end of the day, once you do that transfer in, what happens inside the mixer and then takes it out to another, then you can pinpoint which transaction was done with which IP, especially based on blockchain. Blockchain even saves your IP and so many other things. So you're not fully anonymous. That's why I always say anonymity does not exist. So if you want to scramble some money, blockchain is not one of them. Ali, good boy, CZ, you can do it. Binance is safe uh, and just got a license in Dubai. Indeed, I was there on that day with the press release, and then it was one of those, as I talked earlier on, one of those events. So yes, indeed, they just got a license and they will continue operating as we can see. So if you don't have any other questions, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join. And with that, we'll see you next week soon. Have a good one. Enjoy your weekend.